Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
Damon Armstrong, the one and only.
Jaquari Armstrong. Is going to be joining us a little bit later. You know what I mean? He had important things to do as being a American citizen. You know what I'm saying? But we welcome to this week's episode. Damon, how you doing today, man?
And I'm doing all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Feeling blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I choose to jump on that anytime I can have that feeling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ride it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not confuse things.
I'm also feeling good, man. You know, really good things coming in the last couple of days, man. You know, your loved ones are really creating milestones for themselves. You know, just early milestones in line for many others. You know, it makes you feel good. You know, it makes you feel like you've done it right. You know what I mean? My youngest Carson. You know what I mean? He's getting ready to step into the world of academia. .2. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You know, and just happy and it feels good. It feels good to just, you know, to be able to experience it. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah, man. I love his resolve, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Strong young man right there, bro.
Yeah.
No talk.
Yeah. Especially when he really realized just where he is and how things are for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's a difficult walk, of course. You know, some of us have a more difficult walk, a bumpier road. But guess what? The way you respond to those bumps, the way you respond to the extended version of what's going on is a beautiful thing because it makes your mind stronger and your heartbeat stronger and your resolve, it makes it determined. You feel what I'm saying?
And you know what? Just to piggyback on that, brother, not to cut you off, man. You know what I'm saying? When you look at that road he went through, you know what I'm saying, and how he ended up, you know what I'm saying? The struggles that come in this future is just going to be normal things, bro. Oh, that's what I got to deal with.
Exactly.
All right, I'm good.
You know, and look, sculpturing his confrontational mind and strengthening and his strengthened set. That's all it is, man. You know what I mean?
That's deep.
Let me do some housekeeping. You know, this is Strong Perspective Podcast, and I need you guys to get on board. I'm gonna mark this moment right here, May 29th at 7:39, where you had the opportunity to hop on this train before we got to the top of that hill. Because guess what? Momentum is gonna bring us over the hill, and we're gonna start to just build and build and build. And guess what? I decree it. I champion it, and really and truly, I speak it into existence. That this channel is going to grow. It's going to be big, and you make sure that you know. And I give thanks to our steady listeners, to the folks who pay attention to us. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get to say that you were there from the beginning. You heard the wisdom from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And we're helping people to understand that viral moments also include common sense moments. Having common sense to say the things that you need to say and articulate them in a very good way. You know what I'm saying? So go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. You know, we're going to very soon, we're going to get into the algorithm that we're going to start reaching other people. And that's the whole point. No, the point is what we've done every Friday for the last 5 years, right? And what that is, we got together, the three of us have gotten together consistently and fellowshipped, spoke our mind, spoke about the people we see in our lives, spoke about the people that we don't know, we do know, and just handling it in that way. You know what I'm saying? Just telling it. Now, of course we can have, I'm rattling on, Damon, because I just got to get this off my chest. Of course we can.
Get it off your chest, bro.
Of course we can go after the viral moments. You know what I'm saying? Where I know I got at least 10 moments of what I could say that people be driving them moments. But see, I hold back. The reason why I hold back, honestly, is because I see things in a constructive way. I don't see them in a way that, oh, I want people to pay attention to it. So I'm going to say it. So when you hear my voice, when you hear me say something in a negative spot, if people feel a negative point of view, I believe it. And I'm going to articulate why I believe it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it because I want to get people to be, oh man, ooh, that was catchy. Let me do it. Yeah. If you listen to every show, one of the three of us or one of our guests will say something that's catchy, that people can take throughout their life. Because that's the kind of people we are. You know what I'm saying? So, please go like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for making us part of your Friday. And also, if you don't see us on Friday, going to our channel, looking at our little clips, looking at our clips and looking at the long version, at least just go to the long version and click on it. You can listen to it 5 to 15 to 20 or 30 minutes worth. But just click on it and spend some time on it. Just listen up. You know what I mean? Because I would love to say, well, we wise old men. Yes, we wise. We ain't old, but we wise because we paid attention to life. Because life has always been what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I've said my spill. I just wanted to get that out. You know what I mean? And it wasn't something was heavy on my heart. No, I spoke the obvious. This is what I did. I spoke the obvious.
It sounds to me like you got something to say, bro. You sound passionate, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm catching that vibe from you, man.
Man, I've been passionate for the past 5 years, man, because I know we always have.
I know, but
I always understood that we had something to say. See, that's the thing about it is it's rare that you have individuals who really and truly pay attention to life. And then you want to compound it with a group of friends who have the same kind of, the same kind of vision.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's rare, but that's what we have, though.
But here's the thing, bro. We was in the classroom, we did with objectivity, bro. This is all subjective. It's all about our opinion. It's all about how we feel. It's all about our experience. And there's a whole lot of passion behind that. And there's two ways people can deal with that. On the opposite side of it, not agreeing and being argumentative or agreeing. Either way sparks conversation, right?
Yes, sir.
Either way sparks conversation. So, it won't be boring, man. People have their opinion. People speaking their mind. People talk about what they're passionate about, and that's what we're about, bro.
Yeah. I think. Well, let me ask you a question. What do you think the role of, and I'm speaking on our community, the role of celebrities? How does the role of celebrities play with us?
You know what? If you can connect with that celebrity, man, if that celebrity is speaking something personal, something that you can identify with, then that's a good thing, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing because it makes you feel like you're not alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we as human beings, it's all about connection. You know what I'm saying? And in that connection, there is survival. See what I'm saying? What keeps you optimistic? What keeps you hopeful? And if you got somebody that can at least identify with where you're coming from, not totally agree, but identify with it and say, you know what, how you feel and what you've been through matters. I think that's what society is really about, bro. Mm-hmm. That is what a true society is, man. Because piggybacking off of that, you know what I'm saying, there are things that you can construct and find ways to enhance your community. You know what I'm saying? What makes America so great, bro, is that all of us come from different backgrounds and whatever, but excuse me, but it is something that most countries don't have. It's a conglomerate. It's a community as a whole, man, with all different ideas, all different nationalities, all different cultures, all that stuff, and you bring in commonality together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And man, if you can agree to put your best foot forward in each community, man, that's what makes us powerful, makes us stronger. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
I'm saying there's different aspects of our life here in this country that makes us stronger and leaders, because there's connective tissue all over the world, bro.
Yeah.
And what do people bring? What do people bring, man, when they come here? They're looking for a better life, so they bring in their best, unlike what Trump says. You know what I'm saying? And they're also bringing their experience. I know what to avoid, man. If I have an opportunity to better my life, I know what to avoid. You know what I'm saying? And have a positive attitude. You know, good energy.
I get it. Because that's a good, what I put on the screen. What is your definition of celebrity? And it's a generic question, but I think it's a realistic question, because it seems like that's the only food in our community we seem to be able to, we see that becomes untouched by the majority, meaning the entertainment industry, right? So if you're famous as being an actor, singer, writer, artist, right? When it comes to us, that seems to be untouched. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is gravitate towards, well, shit, if they ain't touching that, then that's important to them. And I'm speaking into them in general more than anything. That's important to them, because you got to think about it. When we have our community leaders and our national leaders, they are scrutinized. They are picked apart, trying to find certain aspects of them being wrong to discredit them, right? But our entertainers, sports, singing, the arts, meaning acting and all these different things, right?
Right.
Celebrity, even when it comes to social media, it seems, this is my opinion about it, it seems that it's untouched. It's untouched, meaning that they have a period of time in which they can exist by being themselves, because they're entertaining. So it makes us gravitate toward them, to like them, to love them, to embrace them, because it seems like they are moving in that broad arena.
Right. Well, anything, man, that sparks it's all about what you're feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? In your endeavors, what you going through life, whatever you feeling on an emotional level, of course you're going to find somebody that you can identify with, bro.
Exactly.
Of course.
Exactly.
Now, it might be negative, it might be positive, whatever the case may be. It's all a learning experience for you to gain wisdom. Because at the end of the day, it's all about gaining wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that means you have to look at yourself too. How you respond to this shit. Are you going to respond in a negative way? I mean, look at the course of what this country is going through. You know what I'm saying? As much as people don't want to admit it, it's all tribal, man. It's all about tribal and survival. You know what I'm saying? I feel challenged in this situation. I feel like this is something that's going against who I am as an individual person, not even focusing in on your own personal experience, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You could be in the room where your child is getting a award, right? And it's other kids, no matter what the nationality is, whatever, have their parents in there supporting them too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying the one thing that people do not take a look at is that if you are dealing with a college student who's getting an award in this situation and you took out loans, you did all these different things to make sure that kid had an opportunity to be successful and they became successful, isn't it a fact that everybody in that room, no matter what color they are, who kids are getting the same type of awards, you have a whole lot of shit in common with?
Yeah.
You have a whole lot of stuff in common with them. Some people might have took out second mortgages. You know what I'm saying?
Might have. Okay, go ahead.
Some people might have had to take on 2 or 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? To make sure your kid was in that place where everybody, other people's kids were getting the same awards and the same acknowledgement. You mean to tell me, with that understanding, in that situation, you can't identify with those people who might not look the same way as you?
Oh, definitely, we can.
You definitely can, and that is what it really is about, bro. And about all the other stuff on the outside, because when you make that commitment and you do all those different things for your child, right, and you come together, you say that means that you, just like your contemporaries or the people next to you, did the same shit.
Yeah.
And that is taking out loans, second mortgages, taking on other jobs, you know what I'm saying? Going without. And it all came to one situation, a success.
Yeah.
And we could all sit in that room and have the same stories, bro. Have the same stories. Man, I remember when I was 210, I remember when I was tired, but that loan came up. There's no.
That's a good point, but how do we get to those rooms to speak about that? Now, sometimes we have the opportunity to do so, right? But the majority of the time, if we all got in the same room and just spoke on the level that you just said, it would normalize what we're all doing. We all have the same thing in common.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. So my question is, and it's a short question, do you think, or how do we get to that point?
How we get to that, man, is with the understanding of having conversations with each other. Because I've been in many of those rooms. You feel what I'm saying? I've done it 3 times. 4 times when you include my wife. I've been there and done that. I'm saying you can't deny that experience. It's what it is. I'm saying we're not sitting around talking about what escapes us. I mean, what we choose to escape that situation. We had to be adults in the room. You feel me? We had to be adults in the room and say, you know what? This has to be done. This is a situation that we can't evade. This is what has to happen.
Yeah.
So once I leave this room talking with those people I had the same experiences and all that stuff with, I'm not going to leave that situation, go home and be tribal about this shit. Well, DEI, well, my child didn't get it. My child didn't either.
Gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying? My child didn't get that scholarship. So I had to take out parent loans. Oh, y'all do realize it's parent loans too, other than student loans.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's about making the right choices and being willing to put it in the work to make sure that this child or this person has an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to at least have a level where they can start, you know, being in the fight. It's for most black people, and you know, and I don't want to speculate, but in my experience, for most black people, it's never been about affirmative action or DEI. We always had to find that one foothold where we can at least be in the fight, because everybody don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't get that. Well, hey man, you know what? This kid benefits me because they're good. Great. It's all capitalism. It's all about what makes me look good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't go to college to play basketball unless they see some value in you. And I think that translates into the corporate world also. If they don't see any value in you, I don't give a shit what color you are.
Yeah.
They're not doing it because it don't keep their business flowing. It don't bring about innovation. You know? So that whole thing, I think the point I'm making, bro, the whole thing about when people complain about, man, DEI and this job was taken from me and this, man, do you know how hard and what sacrifices went in for your child to be in that institution?
Yeah, look.
And then convince them that they deserve to be there.
All right, well, let me just say this. I say they grabbed onto the concept of, and in reality, they grabbed onto the concept of DEI. Really and truly, that was a phrase that somebody who was writing whatever they was writing, that was something that they said that somebody grabbed onto. But if you really and truly look at it, it is a small percentage that really and truly benefited from it. But guess what it did? It became the poster child of, I ain't got my life together because the black folks is doing this. You giving the black men and women my shit. Well, why do you feel as though it's your shit? Because they're black? You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Nobody is canceled out when they are the best of the best.
Hell no, they're not. Because
am I saying that it's fair? No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is these folks who benefited from whatever program were, and unfortunately in this messed up country sometimes, was the best of the best who got that opportunity in which they might not have gotten.
They were all qualified.
Because of the color of their skin is why they were being ignored. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, DEI, affirmative action, has always been scapegoated because of the color of people's skin or their gender. You understand what I'm saying? They've always been scapegoated. And I get so tired of someone who's, and I'm speaking in general terms when I say this, but they speak in general terms. Somebody who's fucking mediocre saying that they didn't get a chance because of a black person or a black man or a black woman. You understand what I'm saying? Or a white woman. No, you mediocre. Because if you was really having it going on, you would keep trying. You would keep trying in other institutions and other jobs and then triumph. But you have been taught, and this is me, ladies and gentlemen, you have been taught to think that you always have the upper hand because you're white. People say, well, what you bring the race in for? Okay. When you dispute DEI and affirmative action and all this shit, you bringing in race.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's all.
Right. Here's what's crazy to me, bro. I'm gonna
let you finish, but I want to stick to the celebrity aspect of everything. But go ahead and finish, bro.
Well, right. And I'm gonna get to that, but my thing is just to wrap up that one issue, man, is that when you look at and I don't want to be speculative when I say this, man, but when you look at the black person, it's never about, hey, man, you know, it's my turn now. It's never been that. On any level, it's never been that. It's always been, you have to always do twice as better.
Oh yeah.
Just to be noticed.
We was taught that.
Just to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
So when this whole thing about, man, it's people, no, man, when those people get into those high positions and stuff like that, they earn that shit 4 times over. And what's never talked about is how many times they've been turned down.
Yeah.
Never been talked about. You know what I'm saying? But that is what it is. But in terms of celebrity, man, in terms of the question on board.
Yeah. That's why I want you to address the question that's up right now. Do we hold black celebrities to the same standards as we hold ourselves?
I think, man, that a lot of us do, but a lot of us, because of our experience of life and what we're going through, we want to be entertained too.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if you got a black celebrity, man, that is speaking to your experience and you see that, you know what, this person, you understand their struggle and what they've been through, of course you're supposed to be a fan of theirs, man. That absolutely makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you be remiss not to, because you see excellence. You see a person making it. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy, man, to come to a conclusion that, man, damn, they did the damn thing. And find inspiration behind that, man. It's easy to do that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's a lot of celebrities I hear talk, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of silly to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking from the position of a man that's 60 years, that's been in the world 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things, man, that you got to pay homage to, bro. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by paying homage is your struggle. Not the individual, but the struggle, man.
Yeah.
If it took a celebrity, man, to get where they at and become famous and all that stuff, if it took them 20 years to do that, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. I respect how they stuck to it, how they never gave up on themselves. Of course you can do that, man. That's something that you can use in your own inspiration, man. So I don't get caught up in, now when I listen to foolishness, man, and see dumb shit, I'm like, I can't really mess with it. So I'm not really a fan, so I can't tell you what songs they made or what movies they were in. I can't do it.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. But I love a celebrity that stands on their shit. You know what I'm saying? Cat Williams, he might be that guy, man, and people talking about, oh man, he's this dude that went, he done went way over there, way left.
Yeah.
But is he consistent? You know what I'm saying? Is he doing the opposite of what he is saying that's a negative thing? Or is he on his grind? Is he successful because of his grind without, the bullshit? I got my followers because I gained them. They love me. They love what I say. They love what I'm preaching. I'm saying that's noble, bro. All the other stuff I really don't know about, man, because I'm not in the loop. I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. I don't know why this guy famous. Hell, I ain't never even heard of him before. But then by the same token, they'd probably put in 20 years too. Who knows, man? It's all it's you just have to you just have to figure out if it makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Do you respect the grind? Do you respect the fortitude? Do you respect that? You know what I'm saying? You have to figure that out for yourself, man.
I get
You
it. I think when it comes to the question on board, do we hold black celebrities to the same standards that we hold ourselves? I can honestly say no, because some people get starry-eyed with famous people or famous people's God-given gifts as singers, actors, sports stars, where we get mesmerized by it because either we can't do it or we can do it on a certain level, but we can't do it on that level. So we kind of get hypnotized by it, because what we do is when we like somebody, and this is my opinion, when we like somebody who does something unique, we grab on to the uniqueness of their abilities. Let's just take sports for example. We grab on to their sports ability, right? Then we artificially piece together, well, since he can jump from the free throw line and he does it with a smile, he's a great human being. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Since when crunch time comes, when he does it with a smile or with a determined face, or when he's a dog, when he coming through because of that skill, because of his single-mindedness to win, we add on to that single-mindedness is, oh, he must apply that to the rest of his life. He must be a hell of a father, a hell of a husband. He must be a hell of a human being, because he can catch that ball, sack that quarterback, dunk the shit out of, dunk on like 3 or 4 people at a time and growl at the end. Man, let me add on to the fanciful side of it, where we add on to things. Like, yeah, he may do these things. They may do these things, but then we're attaching a personality to it.
Right.
So
Right.
Michael Jordan is the perfect example. Michael Jordan might be a great guy, but who would have known, and it came in later years, that Michael Jordan was an aggressive human being? When it came to his peace, I'm talking about personal time, not on the court. When it came to his peace, when it came to his relaxation time, well, Michael Jordan would do the same thing we did. But because of his ability, we don't even see him like as a former, you and I as former basketball players, we seen Michael Jordan's personality types. You know what I'm saying? In other words, his intensity could make his personality him being a dickhead. I don't know him, so I'm not going to judge that. You know what I'm saying? Or his intensity would make enemies of lesser players on his team in the locker room. You feel me? Or the fact that you have put him so high on the pedestal, when he shows that he's human, right? When he's a human being, his answers will disappoint you. Like if Michael Jordan gave the same, say if I exalted him, I'm a regular human being, right? As a regular human being, when I'm around my buddies and shit, or just strangers, if a stranger disrespect me or my buddies disrespect me, I'm long. If I'm from Philly, pussy, what are you talking about? I'm from Detroit, bitch, what the fuck? Blah 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 blah. Even though I don't have no hostile intent, that's how I talk to them, because we arguing. You know what I'm saying? But when Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, I'm just thinking about celebrity shit. Wilt, because back in the day, Wilt said he slept with 20,000 women. Motherfuckers was outraged. You know what I'm saying? But Wilt was the man. Now,
Right.
I don't think it was realistic that it was 20,000 women. I think he did that. He wrote that in his book for artistic license. They ran with that.
Yeah, just to get somebody to read about it.
Yeah, but
Well, tell me about that. Right.
realistically,
20,000, man. Do you know 20,000 motherfuckers?
That's what I'm talking about. I can say at least 2,500 to 3,000 women in his lifetime. I get that.
Right.
Because that's what he met. You feel me? But the
Right.
point I'm trying to make is people were shocked that he said it.
Man,
Or had it written in his book. They were shocked. We are shocked when Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, I mean, not just those regular guys that's mentioned, but really celebrities on the high, when they show their human flawed side, we are outraged. Like, oh,
Right.
wait a minute.
Right.
You can dunk
Right.
the ball from 30 feet out. What the fuck? Steph, you can shoot from 40. Why do you feel as though, why are you acting like you human? Because I am,
Right.
motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
And look, it was crazy, bro. When you made that statement, I'm thinking to myself, okay, 20,000 female, that's, those are personal interactions.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I knew that's what it was from the beginning. I said, man, come on, dog.
What I'm saying, bro, I don't give a shit how famous you are.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying, bro, imagine having a personal interaction with 20,000 people.
I know.
That is crazy, bro.
And unrealistic unless you like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you go on a countrywide tour, people just coming to see you. You know, speaking in front of people is an interaction. You know what I'm saying? But then when you break it down to the micro level, you talking to us like, yo, you met 20,000 no, not 20,000 men and women, right? And we on this too long, but not 20,000 men and women, but 20,000 women. And I'm not trying to discredit Wilt. No, what I'm saying
and I'm not either, man. It's just
what I'm saying is, Wilt, we know you wrote that for your book.
And that's what I'm saying. And when you think about it, it's like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of far-fetched. But to get back to what you were talking about.
Go ahead.
To get back to what you were talking about with Michael Jordan, man. I'm saying, and I can speak as a former athlete, and I'm not even speaking on the terms that I was on any type of level with them guys. But just as a basketball player who was half-ass decent, right? I'm not into your life like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I see what you do on the basketball court, and for me, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you can talk about the endorsements, and you can talk about how rich you became because of it. I look at that and I say, wow, man did the damn thing. Ain't nothing but love and respect for that.
That's it.
But as far as a human being, dude, you playing basketball. That's it.
That's what
I don't know what type of father you was. I don't know what type of friend you was. I don't know any of that shit. I just know you were great at that, and that's as far as it goes for me. I am a fan of yours. I literally think he's the best basketball player ever. Him and Jabbar.
Uh-huh.
I mean, them are the top two motherfuckers.
Gotcha.
But I don't give a shit about the rest of his life, man.
No, why? Why should I?
You know what I'm saying?
Why should I think? I think it's a plus that if you tell me he's a good father, I think that's a plus. Because that's from a manhood.
Now that means something.
That means something to me. But
that means something.
And talk about it, I go off assumption that if you called him a womanizer, that I would say to myself, "Oh, I can see that. That's Michael Jordan." You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? That he don't even have to work hard for that.
No, sir, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's what the thing is. It's like what we want to do. I think what we do is, my opinion, just on the question on the board, we dream through celebrities. So when we
Right.
put a celebrity on the pedestal as far as their best behavior as human beings, it's because we're dreaming through that. We see ourselves like, oh man, you know, if I was in that position, I would hold my wife down, right?
Right.
I wouldn't embarrass her. Or if I was in that position, I wouldn't get married because I would be whoring all over the place. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
You know, or the worst case scenario, I would, if I was married, I would treat my wife to the finest things of our celebrity, right? But
And the family.
I would be
Right.
in the family. I would treat them to the very highest standard. But also, I'm trying to eat my cake too. So I'm like, yo, and you know these famous actresses and all that. We low key. Look. I got a beach house in Santa Monica with a big ass with a big ass wall around it. Can't nobody see in it. Come
You know,
through. Come
right.
see me. Come
You
through.
you know where it ends for me, bro. Real talk.
Uh-huh.
Here's where it ends for me. Why the fuck is everybody in my business, man?
That's true. But
I'm not fucking with nobody.
like I said, what we do is when it comes to celebrities, and we don't, I don't think we realize it. We live through them. We really and truly,
Some people do.
no, I'm talking about in a fantasy. I'm talking about just in a whole.
Right.
Why you care? You said, why do you care? Like in a whole, if you care, you really and truly are replacing that man or that woman with you, what you would do, and how
But
you would answer, and how you
right.
would
How
answer the
different would you do it?
yeah, that's
How
all.
different would you do it?
That's
Yeah.
all.
You
You know.
know, how different would you do it, man? Look here, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like with that whole situation, I know I'm gonna get off subject, but the whole situation with Brown and Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying? I listened to it and I went through the whole thing and I listened to it. And you know what, only conclusion that I could come to. I mean, I'm talking about from my own personal feelings about it. You know what I thought about? I said, why is this man arguing with this dude who he depend on what you do on the court for his livelihood? Why are you arguing with him?
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Now I respect. You know, a lot of people don't like Stephen A. Smith, but I respect him because he put a lot of brothers and sisters on, bro.
yeah, but he put a lot of brothers and sisters on to, and I don't think they follow his script. But he feels as though this is my personal opinion. I might be wrong. He feels as though the way he talks, he defends his actions, right? And what his actions are is he feels as though he can get on here and say whatever the hell he wants to say about somebody and not get any repercussion. That's my problem.
Well, you know what? You're
If you
absolutely right.
no,
You're absolutely right.
just finish this real quick. If you on there and you say what you say, what Stephen A says, and you stand on it, there's no way you gonna make a rebuttal video about what they said about you and how they treated you. Motherfucker,
Yeah, but
this is where you getting your bread, man.
right, but he is a man. He is at the top of the heap because he he sees it for what it is. There was an opportunity for him.
I
You know
think,
what I'm saying? And he don't see anything past it. He's like, oh shit, I can take this to my own personal shit and we can really blow up.
and you,
That's how we thinking, man.
and
Because
that's
when he done that kind of stuff, he got positive results from it, bro.
but the positive results is he is the mouthpiece of jerk opinions. And that's what made him, to me, that's what made him famous. Now, he might have started off as a straight up journalist doing his thing or whatever, right? But as he became more and more famous with his commentary, it has changed into assholery.
Who was that one cat, man, who told me 30 years ago that people would genuinely do anything for money?
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Remember when you told me that?
Yeah.
Not all, but most people would generally do anything for generational money. And that's what he's doing. He's a capitalist and he's doing anything for money. He don't give a shit.
And
with the understanding in the back of his mind that, well, I can talk myself back into the black community, but I'm gonna get this money.
You know why? Because he depends on the loyalty of the black community, is what he does. And see, here's my thing. I was about to say I respect what he does. No, I give him credit for saying what he does. You understand what I'm saying? Where he is the frosting of a sports cake. He does nothing but produce frosting. Is he right? Is he wrong? I don't care. What I did was I made the choice not to watch him. This is why I don't get upset. I don't get anything. But what I do is I value the power of my opinion because I chose not to watch him anymore. Because I'm telling you, why are you threatening? Why are you threatening Jaylen Brown? It's Jaylen, right?
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, I can expose you about how your teammates Tatum feel about you. I can do this. I can do it. Why? Why do that? That was ego. Yeah. That was ego because. And that's my point. He's bringing nothing but ego. In the last 5 years, is nothing but ego.
But it's ego because when he looks at himself, Jaylen is at the top of the heap, was in the most valuable player situation or whatever. And when he's looking at it in terms of himself, he's at the top of the heap too. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I truly believe deep down inside, he would say, man, I cannot play on a level that y'all played on. I am not that guy. He'd be the first to say that shit. But he would also follow up with,
That's easy to say because he is amongst millions of people who can't do that. Right. So he has a cult following because of it. But go ahead.
He would say that and be sincere, totally sincere about it. Yeah, y'all that deal. I could only dream about being that guy. But y'all not on the top of my shit like I am, in my perspective field. That's what he believes, man.
ESPN made him believe that too.
Is he though?
But see, that's the point though. That's a great question. Is he? But see, what he
in terms of his perspective field, yes, he is.
I think he's one of one because because of his counterparts, they are white. So they cannot be where Stephen A is. But he does the same thing as Colin Cowherd, the same thing as Skip Bayless, the same thing as other people, shock jocks, because that's what he is. He's a visual shock jock.
Yeah, that's what he is. Right. And I think that we get caught up emotionally. That's the one thing I don't think. The only time
I get caught up emotionally because I am fucking insulted. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
I think the only times he get caught up in that, man, when he feels like it's a personal attack. In his mind, he's just doing his job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In his mind, he just think he's doing his job. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I think he's doing he feels that he's doing his job. But what he is not going to allow anybody to do is take food out of his mouth. He not, no matter what it is. And he think he's clever enough to bring everybody back to the fold. And people are going to come back. And people are going to come back to the fold because they look and they say, this dude was lobbying for, man, I want to be the highest paid. Remember, he was saying, I want to be the highest paid motherfucker that do this job. He lobbied that shit for a whole goddamn year. He was in contract with ESPN for a whole damn year. He was saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then what the fuck he wound up doing, bro? He wound up becoming that motherfucker.
Because
so
they didn't have, I mean, you gotta think about it.
How should he think? So I'm speaking in terms of how the brother might be thinking. I'm only speculating. Why wouldn't he think that, you know what, y'all at the top of y'all shit, but up at the top of mine? You know, and I earned it, and that's what it is. So I can speak on this, and if y'all come at me, I can respond to you. I can respond to you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how he feels. Like I said, I'm only speculating, but I think that's how he feels, and that's. But the one thing that he don't realize is that if he wasn't speaking on those cats and making those, having those opinions and saying the things he said, he wouldn't have a damn job.
No, it's true. I mean, look,
that's where he missing.
What he did was he made the choice. I'm making the choice to become the top of this heap where there's yellow journalism, there's BS, all of this, what's going on. I'm making this choice because it's going to get me paid, and I'm the star of this network and all these different things that's going on, right? Now, what I just mentioned, it sounded like I was trying to indict him of doing something wrong, but you just said he made the choice to be there.
Yeah.
So I have to understand it. I don't respect it, but I have to understand it.
It is what it is, bro. I mean, and unfortunately, man, that's the world we live in. That's capitalism, man.
Yeah.
You know that? Skip Bayless made a whole career out of talking about LeBron James. 20 years, bro. Talking about LeBron James and all the stuff that he was saying about LeBron James is like, dude, it takes skill to sit up and say that this man is weak.
I know what you're saying.
How the hell are you going to say that about LeBron James? Are you out of your mind? But somehow he finessed that shit and he made it happen. And that's what, unfortunately, that's what people want to hear. Excuse me for a minute, bro.
All right. So to think about just the overall celebrity, I think that we are too heavy-handed in the credibility of celebrities in our culture. Singers, dancers, sports guys, different things. I think we rely on on the pulse of how our mental and social well-being should be on these people, because they're human beings, man. They're human beings who became famous off of ability that the majority of people don't have. The ability to entertain, the ability to hold people's minds and imaginations captive because of what they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I get it. I understand where you're coming from with it, but how much do they eat make you shit? How much do they eat make you shit? Now we can have a opinion, on a good day or on a bad day about who did what and how they did it. I mean, what social media is throwing in our face, certain celebrities throwing in our face. It is what it is. Now, am I trying to promote an indictment on something's wrong with social media and all of this? No, I think that I'm afraid that if we're not careful, what social media will do is prop somebody up, right? And it'll only be frosting instead of the full cake of the mixture of things. Because what we've been living off of is frosting. What we've been living off is frosting, meaning that the way social media has blown up since COVID, because that's when social media it breathed life into it, because people were coming into people's homes and they personal cameras on their laptops, their phones, or whatever, and we were absorbing people's personality. This is what we were doing. We were absorbing people's personality. Now all of a sudden, it's commonplace for us now. You know what I'm saying? It's commonplace because what social media did, I mean, what COVID did was it stopped Hollywood from being afraid of catching the virus. It stopped them from doing work.
Weren't they on strike too at the same time?
They was on strike too. It was a combination of the two. So that's when people, the power of YouTube, the power of IG, the power of Snap, all these different things, right? Snap. Is it Snap? No, I forget what it is. You know, I'm an old man, so forgive me. But that power took over because everybody could do it. And the more bolder, the more emboldened people who wanted to show the world, because YouTube and all these different joints, TikTok, it was still fertile ground to make $1 or $2. And those folks who made that made that effort to do what? To like, hey, this is me. And a handful of them show, oh man, my God, you have a great personality. You know what I'm saying? You have a great personality. So I'm going to tune in to you on TikTok. Even though TikTok it don't make a lot of money, you have to be in the millions to make real money on TikTok. And at the time, YouTube was paying the most. You know what I'm saying? Country Wayne is a perfect example. Country Wayne was able to monetize everything, and he became a multi-millionaire by his personality and his gifts.
Oh yeah, and he give you the game too.
Yeah, and he's talked about it many, many times. Look, this is
He
how
give
I
you the
did it.
game.
And then once Country Wayne started to tell you, right, because he gave the game, like you said, Damon. Once he started doing that, YouTube changed the playing field. He's like, oh, well, wait a minute. Because you got to think about it. It was other people making millions too, right? But they were doing it quietly because they didn't want nobody to know. I'm not saying Country Wayne was the reason why they changed what they were doing, but Country Wayne and other folks like him were like, yo, look, this is what I'm doing, and this is what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a thing where I'm not really trying to make a point, but trying to help people to understand that COVID affected how we live today. COVID and the strike and the writer's strike also affected how we watch TV. This is, I think this is, I'm just spitballing, but this is how streaming became king, because the networks were shut down. But then you had streaming services that already had movies on deck. You feel what I'm saying? And they cleaned up. You know, so
have you ever been? Go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
No, I was gonna say, man, have you ever? I mean, the kind of content that's on it there. Have you been watching something, man? And the headline with the what do they call that, clickbait? Clickbait. And you're like, oh shit, this might be interesting, man. And you click on that stuff in 5 minutes, and you be like, man, I can't believe.
Yeah, you wasted all your 5 minutes in this world. Yes, sir.
No, man, they make you aware of your time, man. Spent.
Yeah.
So they make you aware of your time spent. It's like, man, I don't know. I did that at least 3 times a day. That was like, wow, man. I'm too old to get trapped like that, man. I'm too old to fall for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? They put a picture of a celebrity that you have some respect for, and you watch the whole joint, and they ain't even in the damn video.
They're not even
What
in
the hell?
But see, that's the hustle game. That's how people, what they call
Right.
it, clickbait,
Yeah.
and then
And
click.
that's right. This is speak on what you were talking about, man. That's people are finding out how to different ways on how to monetize their shit, man.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for a fleeting moment.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree. But like I said, the landscape has changed. Where I'm gonna tell you, it was a sweet spot where you could really and truly prosper from having a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? But what COVID did was it made everyone focus in on this is what I need to do. This is where I could this is where I could prosper just for a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's this more or less understanding where you are and how you're going to be, and just moving forward. You know, just moving forward. I'm typing in the next screen joint, so bear with me. Kevin Hart, Damon. Kevin Hart. I watched his roast, right? And I have no opinion about his roast as a whole because I understand what roasts are.
Right.
I understand exactly what they're about. I mean, because when Dean Martin was the first one who started roast. You know what I'm saying? Him and Don Rickles were the stars.
Don Rickles, right?
But see, Dean Martin brought Don Rickles on to roast these celebrities, right? So over the years, there's always been one. You know, we can count dozens of men and women who was actually on these roasts. And yo, no holds barred. You know what I'm saying? They got personal about that individual, right? Now, Tom Brady, I watched Tom Brady's roast. Tom Brady's roast was funny this last year. Kevin Hart hosting it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good, right? And all the different guests. Now, Tom Brady made it known when he was upset. He made it known when somebody went overboard because Tom was up there drunk and he didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, he stood on 10 toes. I'm Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Which don't mean much. I mean, you're just a football player. Shut up. And you retired too. Shut up. But people put him on that pedestal like that. So Tom agreed to do the roast because he had certain stipulations, certain things you can't talk about. Right. Now, with Kevin Hart, I would expect the same thing. Right? But Kevin Hart being a comedian, now this is being optimistic. So excuse me for being long-winded. But Kevin Hart being a comedian, I would expect him to let it go a little further than most because he's a comedian. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they get caught up on the freedom of speech and all that. But there's no way I would have had Tony Hinchcliffe on my roast. You want to know why? Not saying that Kevin made the wrong choice of putting him there, but the reason why is Tony Hinchcliffe indirectly don't like black people.
He has an agenda.
Yeah, it's in his humor. And that's his set. That's what he does. Shane Gillis, the same way. But see, Shane gets away with it because he attacks everybody with his humor. But he says a lot of black shit too. Am I saying, oh, they shouldn't have been on the show? No. What I'm saying is, if you make a decision to have those men on that show and then having all white writers, right? With the complete freedom. Because Kevin approved every joke on there. You see what I'm saying? Now, am I holding Kevin responsible and say, oh, he did a bad job on this road? No, Kevin was like, hey, look, I'm big. I'm bad. I'm so-and-so. I'm Kevin Hart. So my fans will understand when I allow you to get up here and say these kind of things. All right, I'm cool with that, right? Now, here's my problem. And I wanted to get this out here. My problem is Kevin Hart going on a tirade of defending
that part.
That's the only part. Listen, I saw it live, so I didn't care what they was talking about. I thought a lot of it was corny as hell, especially when with Cheryl Underwood, with Kelsey Chandler. Oh, is it Kelsey? With her, the way they, with Cheryl talking about her dead husband committing suicide. I'm like, what the fuck? Then talking about Kevin's dad being dead, The Rock on that bullshit. I'm like, how the hell is this funny? Because they're dead. You know what I'm saying?
In bad taste, man.
I thought it was. But see, celebrity roasts get in bad taste too.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
This is why I didn't care.
Who is past or present? Who is the ultimate roasting motherfucker?
I think I don't watch him a lot, but Jeff Ross recently, last 10 years, has been a great roaster. But he never, when he stepped over the line, he apologized for it if he stepped over the line. But I always thought but who do you think?
Don Rickles, man.
Oh, okay. So I get that. And
Don Rickles.
And Don used to say some off-color shit when it came to black people.
But he never got that shitty with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
He never got that shitty with it. He did black jokes. You know what I'm saying? The voices and everything. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't repulsive. Well, it all depends on, how you feel about it. But was he?
Go ahead, Damon.
My point is, he said a whole lot of off-color shit, man, but it wasn't. Because he's a comedian too. You know what I'm saying? They comedians have a different type of humor, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think
they take shit different.
And I think roast can be corny sometimes, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Because I definitely want to make a point about it, but go ahead.
He didn't talk about anybody's dead relatives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't stoop that low with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He imitated voices. He did the theatrical shit. He did all of that. He didn't talk about anybody.
That's cool. As long as you know what I'm saying? I get it. I know white people want to take out what their manufactured frustration toward black people in jokes. Right. I get that. I'm gonna tell you what. But go ahead.
Has there ever been something? Have you ever heard a black joke, man, where you hearing the joke as they build this shit, and then the punchline come, and you find yourself laughing and shit, man?
I mean, because as a people, we believe in humor, man.
But you find yourself laughing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Laughing and say, "Oh, you funky motherfucker," but that was.
You know what I'm saying? And then you come back with your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You start talking about their culture and how they do and how they don't spice their food. I mean, you get off into that shit. That is safe ground, man. What's not safe ground is when you listen to a motherfucker and he say, Kevin Short. Kevin is so short, man. He got to be lynched from a damn what they call them little trees and shit.
Oh, the Japanese
bonsai drone.
Bonsai, yeah. No. Hey, how about this?
Where the hell is that? How is that funny?
It's not funny. Kevin's relative came over in a slave ship in a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But look, let me explain myself so we can move on.
Right.
I want you to get your point across. My only freaking problem was Kevin Hart coming on afterwards acting offended and gaslighting everybody about, oh, I didn't say the joke. I didn't say it. Well, that's how roasting is. That's it. Man, listen, have you gotten that big that you are getting offended by people critiquing the fact that you could have said something? Now, do I feel like you should have said something? No, because that's Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart will sit up there and pretend he's laughing all the fucking time, even though somebody's talking shit about him.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Kevin Hart, people love Kevin Hart because he'll do this. He ain't nothing coming out of his mouth. And he did that shit with Tony Hinchcliffe. He did that shit with The Rock. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit because he was protecting his brand. That's my opinion. Now, you can protect your brand, but don't you fucking dare go on different joints like the Breakfast Club and different joints that you appear on, and you sit there and talk to people. That's what I found insulting. Not the fact that you let it roll. I don't give a fuck because you're a comedian is what it is. It was your roast, right? But don't get up there and feel offended like, oh, I'm Kevin Hart. How dare you feel offended by what this motherfucker said? Like,
he said it wasn't me. I didn't say that.
Yeah. I'm like, Kev, what the
You're
hell,
saying,
man? And I'm not talking about, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying take accountability. No, but don't get on there and be on that bullshit. That's all.
He ain't think it through. And you got to consider the climate that we're dealing with too, man. You know. But I'm gonna tell you the thing that was most offensive to me when I stopped watching it, when they started talking about Sheryl Underwood.
I thought that was crazy, man. I ain't like.
And I was like, "Who the fuck says this, man?"
Yo, look,
you know what I'm saying?
Shane Gillis said I called her about it. I'm like, Cheryl, I don't know if I'm like, but they doubling down too much. You are low hanging fruit. Your husband, your ex is low hanging fruit. Damn.
Man, you know what? Anybody with any type of motherfucking decorum and respectability about themselves would not even broach that type of fucking.
I mean, and that's my whole point. Now, if I was gonna be on some black radical stuff, dog, honestly, all these jokes were written by an all-white writing staff.
Yeah, right.
Now, if I was going to dig into it and be all offended, if I can find a reason to be defensive about it, is that like, whoa, some of this crazy racial shit is coming from the writing room, and they ain't got one black face in there.
Right, and that's newfound freedom of speech.
But that's the thing. I get it. They was hired to do it. It wasn't like they volunteered themselves. You understand? Right. They didn't volunteer themselves. No, they was hired to do this, to write these jokes. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. And I'm like, no, am I making excuses for them? No, not at all. But my point is, like, Kev, you're supposed to be on top of your BI like you say you are. Oh, I'm a businessman. He done turned into Jay-Z in the comic world. I mean, because Kevin got a lot of pull. Kevin is liked. Kevin is what he is, right? So the thing about it is he can make a bunch of garbage, but he's still gonna sell out box office.
Yeah.
He's a valuable
crazy
person.
part about it. where I'm at with it, bro. Real talk, man, is that all this shit is gonna be over. It's all gonna get rectified, and then you gonna be in the goddamn archives in the history books about the shit you said. And
It
guess
ain't gonna
what?
matter. It ain't gonna matter because he's filthy rich, man. That's all. Kevin showed me when he appeared on the Breakfast Club. Honestly, is I'm filthy rich now, and I don't care. Now that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you're concerned about your legacy, what side of that you want to be on?
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? When people are talking about this in near and coming future, they're gonna be like, man, remember when these people felt comfortable saying this dumb shit and you were okay with it?
But see, but
let me show my child or my grandchild how not to be. He's gonna be in that conversation, bro.
But to see, that's the thing about it though, is Kevin personally, in my opinion, is comfortable in the rooms that he's in.
Yeah. So hey,
look, this is not no judgment. Like, yo, I wouldn't do that. No, I've not been in that position to know whether or not I do it or not. But as I am now, I'm going to answer for what kind of cat I am. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, last thing I want you to comment on this. When he did his rebuttal, right? When I thought it was a falsehood, and it's my own personal opinion, I'm not an expert at this thing. When he did his rebuttal and he was naming his sponsors, like such and such, excuse me, such and such, excuse me, such and such, excuse me. Excuse me, folks, I don't say this a lot. I'm gonna be a real nigga. You about to see me a real nigga. I'm gonna be a real nigga because he was drunk and he was mad. You see what I'm saying? So what he did with the majority of the room of white folks, right? He sat there and had a tantrum, right? And what the tantrum was, not the set that he did, but the tantrum was, oh, I'm a real nigga. I'm like, what is your point to say that, my guy? You know what I'm saying? That's my point. I hate it when I run into somebody who say that. What does that mean? You know what I mean? You would be better off and saying, yo, I'm a real human being. And that's not semantics. That's two different things being said.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Just to piggyback on that shit, man. I remember, man, when we first started this podcast, and I used to say the N-word all the time. You know what made me stop doing this shit? When I go back and look at it, I'm like, man, what the hell? Am I really using that word like that, man? I'm not that comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? And once I came to that revelation, man, I can't watch a show if I just hear brothers sitting around calling each other that using it. It's like,
yeah, I get it.
But dude, you know what? That is not cool.
You know what it is though, Damon? To be honest with you, is we grew up when that word was a weapon.
Yeah.
Whether it was used by us or used from the other side, that was a weapon against our character and how somebody thought about us. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I do see it a different way. Now, the younger generations might see it differently. But when he got up there and did that, because he was insulted, because he didn't realize how impactful that script was going to be against him. First of all, what made him angry was Rock, who kept saying his wife's name the way he said it. Now, I know Kevin knew that he was going to get up there and do that. But see, here's the thing. Rock was drunk too. So Rock threw his own charisma into the situation. And Kevin, there's speculation, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin is friends with Rock. But Rock is 6'3", 6'4" and a half, right? And, you know, he's steroid up. no body fat. He just the guy. And then he's a greater celebrity. This is argument. No, I was going to say arguably, but honestly, he's a greater celebrity than Kevin, and he's at least 3 feet taller than Kevin. So deep down, I'm on some bullshit right now. Deep down, Kevin is like, this motherfucker. So I guess because he's drunk, I guess he really want my wife. You know what I'm saying? Even though you could tell it was a bit, but Rock laid it on like he was the real Rock. You know, back in the day, Rock, WrestleMania Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Call the motherfuckers jabronis and shit.
Yeah, all of that. That guy. See, Kevin ain't never really seen that guy in his personal life. You know what I'm saying? But Rock got up there and got drunk, and he became that guy. But this is my point. I'm going to reiterate. I had no problem with none of it because it was a roast, and it was roasting Kevin. I thought a lot of things was off color. When you're talking about Kevin's dead dad, you're talking about Cheryl Underwood's dead husband. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Pete Davidson's dead father, and getting laughs off of it. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Man.
That was great. But
how can you not take that personal, man?
And see, and that's the whole thing. But I wasn't like, oh man, this roast was crazy. No, I became angry when Kev had the nerve to be angry at people who was offended for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kev, have you gotten that big that you mad at people because they had a problem with certain parts of the set, a part of the program that you thought was gonna go smoothly? You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Well, to answer your question, he obviously he deflected, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, he did, man.
He said, I didn't say the joke, so you know.
Oh, and then when he said that his set was arguably the best set of the night, what the fuck, Kev? What are you drowning, bro? Why would you even say some dumb? Honestly, and I'm not a comedian, and I'm not standing on some moral high ground, but dog, you shot yourself in the foot for saying some stupid shit like that. Know what I'm saying? That's all. But what we're going to do, man, in a couple minutes, we getting ready to close this stuff up. You know what I mean? I thought Jaquari, but Jaquari, like I said, he lifing right now, so he's taking care of the business of life. And Damon, while we're on the vapors of a gas tank that we've been on, and we got at least 500 miles out of it, your opinion about how we stand as regular people when it comes to celebrity. What do you think we are in that group as celebrities compared to regular folks? Because you and I were semi-celebrities in our day back when we were young, right? But we are regular people right now. What is the ratio? What is your opinion about how we stand?
I think it all depends on the age group, man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young people, they have their favorite people that they stand behind. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the whole Drake and man whole situation, did that stop Drake? Kendrick. Did that stop Drake fans from supporting him?
No.
It didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know, people have this affinity for people, man. They have this loyalty there. And obviously it's because those celebrities are touching their lives in some aspect or another. You know, I think that the older you get, the wealthier you get, you tend to move from that. Now, you might have some entertainers in your life that entertains you. I saw when that one clown said something about Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Right.
Max
and I was
B.
watching it.
Max B. Max B.
Max B. Right.
No, he had two slaps or whatever, 2 or 3 slaps, but he had no business. But go ahead, dog.
He said, I'm watching him say this shit about Big Daddy Kane, and I'm like, oh man, dude. What are you doing, bro? Do you know who that man is?
Yeah.
Do you know who that man is, dude? You know what I'm saying? Generations love that man. You know what I'm saying? But then, as I was listening to it, I was like, man, this dude, man, he on some bullshit, man. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Just for context, Max B just got out of prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
For some, I don't want to misquote it, but it had to do with kidnapping, murder, whatever, right? And Max B got out of early. Got out of early, but see, the thing about it is, before he went into prison, he was doing some hip hop stuff on the scene in New York. So when he went to prison, he became a legend because he went to prison, and he made some good. Him and French Montana, they were friends, and they made some good music with Jim Jones, the whole nine. But that's all the context.
Side note, where is French Montana doing music, man? Ain't he married to
Not yet. That's his fiance.
Man, I'd be laid back in the cut. I ain't trying to get no controversy.
Was she a princess and a billionaire?
Oh my God. The hell?
Yeah.
Shit, I'd be laid back in the cut. But my point is, man, to go back to my main point, man, is that when you talk about us having affinity for celebrities, man, when I heard my man say this about Kane, and I was like, dude, I was offended. I'm gonna be honest, I was offended. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I was thinking all kind of thoughts. Man, what is this clown? I don't even know the man. Yeah. Never heard his music. Man, what was this clown? But then I saw the rebuttal that Kane did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I shut it down after that.
He killed it.
I shut it down after that. I'm like, yeah, that part, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Who you think you talking to, man?
Yeah.
Who you think you talking to? That man is that man. He that guy. You're not on that level.
Yeah.
They're talking about the legends and you got anything on here? Hold on for a minute, bro.
All right. Well, like I said, it's just more or less understanding. Like we old heads, so really and truly, we from the moment back in the early 80s to now, the age that we're at, we experience things in real time. We didn't get lost because we are a part of the hip hop nation. Even though we started early, we understood what hip hop meant to us, and we understand the lyrical part of it. We understand the bop part of it, to get in the club and huh. You know what I'm saying? We understand that part of it. But when the outrage comes is when people who are with the bop situation, right? They're with the bop situation. What they do is compare themselves to the lyrical situation. Like, no, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. Now, if you could ride a nice beat, you know what I'm saying, and get a nice hook in there, of course, people are gonna love it and they're gonna ride on it. But when you get caught up on when you get caught up on legends, and the legends got a catalog.
Man, what was he thinking?
You know what I'm saying? And then if you start smelling yourself and go into a versus, you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I disagree with you a little bit. I do not. Max B opinion is his opinion. I don't care. He can have his opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I'll ride along with you when you say, man, who the hell is you to even say what you saying right now? You have no right when it's all said and done. You know what I mean?
Well, I say it like this, bro. If they had beef in the past, that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If they had beef in the past, that's understandable. But come on, dude. When he laid them bars down in response,
Yeah.
did you hear what he was saying?
Yeah.
What my man do?
Yeah.
All right, youngin. You know what I'm saying? And got at it. Where's my man response at? And Kane did that. Kane did that response in 24 hours, bro.
And he's not going to do it because he's not lyrical. What he is an anthem guy. Summer anthem, winter anthem. This is what, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. But it is what it is, man. Well, look.
Well, I hope, you know what? I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm not hating on the guy.
Yeah.
But coming from where we come from, the air we come from, he better come with some shit, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you owe that man an apology.
Exactly. All right. Well, look, what we're going to do is we've been going with this for the last 90 minutes. So, Jaquari, we know you're busy. So we just go
Miss you, brother.
Yeah, miss you, man. So, any last words of the night, Damon?
Today, man, I looked at I had the opportunity to be around my personal family, man, and you know, just take it in. You know, we blessed over here. Thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I keep all my loved ones in my prayers, stuff like that, and you know, I just feel good, man. I feel safe and I feel comfortable.
No doubt.
Because it's all tangible, man. You can put your hands on it, or you can make a call. Feel me?
Yeah.
And it ain't no excuse. It ain't like you can't. And the ones that's not here anymore, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep on doing what we do, man.
No doubt.
You know. Love and respect.
My last words of the day is all love. I decree that you hear my voice and understand it's all love. All love for you, all love for whoever you love, and we're going forward.
Yeah. I want to give my boy Kingpin a shout out too, man. He lost a sister who was a good friend of mine and my wife. We all went to college together. May she rest in peace. Peace to Kingpin and the family.
Say her name.
Shelly Miller, man. Shelly Miller, man. May she rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Shelly Miller.
You know, friend for over 40 years, bro.
No doubt.
I just wanted to make that statement, man.
And I'm glad you did, man. All right, this is Strong Perspective Podcast. We're here every Friday. Tune in, go like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get on board of this train because we soul training this shit. Yeah, I remember how Soul Train used to come on. You know what I'm saying? You saw that little cartoon engine start puffing, and they went across the world. That's what we are. That's what we're going to be. And God bless everybody that's watching this joint. And to the Strong Perspective Podcast. Enjoy your weekend. Good night.
Good night.